I'm super excited about today. So we're joined by the future light heavyweight champion of the world, Ezra The Cannon Taylor. How you doing, Ezra?
I'm good, man. What an intro. Thank you. It's fitting though. It's very fitting.
That's it. It had to be. It had to be.
Thank you.
Firstly, thanks so much for joining us, taking time out of your busy schedule to come in and have this conversation. First thing I want to ask is, why the Cannon?
Do you know what? When I had my first fight, I think that's when it stuck with me. People started shouting out, "Oh yeah, your right hand was coming out like the cannon.
Yeah.
It's not like a cannon." And I used to be a big football fan back in the day, so that was, my brother used to do Manchester United,
Yeah.
and I was Arsenal. I
knew you were gonna say
wanted to be a
Arsenal,
rival at the time. Back in the day, you know, like 2000s, they were rivaling because they was like the best clubs to us anyway.
Yeah.
So I was Arsenal, and then that's obviously the Gunners, and we have the Cannon, right?
Cannon, yeah.
So it kind of made sense. I was like, you know what, let me go with it. And then I think the second and the third fight, it kept sticking with the people that was coming to support me. They kept saying, like, yeah, man, I want to see you let off the cannon today. I was like, oh yeah, no, I've got that, don't worry. And then that's when it just stuck, Ezra the Cannon, and then it's here now, and it's starting to make sense now.
It's here to stay.
So it's here to stay, mate. It's here to stay.
Love it, love it. And as you know, we're education. Everything we do, we're educating people on different topics on the podcast, on the After School Club. So I want to rewind all the way back to school and your school days. Can you just tell us, firstly, where did you go to school? Where did you grow up? And what was your school experience like in general?
School experience. So I went to Arnold Hill School.
Nottingham.
Yeah, that's in Nottingham, Arnold. And my school experience, I can't really think or remember too many, memories from it, just because I wasn't the most focused in school. I had too much energy and I was channeling the wrong way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I was bad. I was probably disruptive, if anything.
Okay.
And I was far from dumb, but I didn't want to pay attention academically. So to try to sit a young Ezra down and, look at this paper and then listen to this, and then now you fill out the answers, it just didn't work out. So then I'll be the guy like trying to throw pens at my friends or whatever, getting kicked out. Yeah. I was in detention, isolation, everything, man. Like, to be fair, you could probably look at that saga of my life that I didn't have anything going for me. I wasn't specifically good at any sports at the time either.
Right.
So it's not like I excelled in one other thing and then, I could have put my focus into that. I was no good at school, full stop. And yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy 5 years of my life. And then my mom always used to say that, oh yeah, one day you're going to go back to the school, you're going to go back to school and be able to show the teachers, because the teachers, like you always hear the cliche and say, oh, the teachers never said I was going to be anything. They didn't actually say that to me. Yeah. They said that, you know what, you can be something. Like,
you had the potential.
Have the potential, but you're not tapping into it the right way. That's all. But again, at that stage, I didn't care what they were saying. I didn't really take too much of it. But later on down the line, I started obviously channeling that energy in the right way, and that was boxing. That's the only thing I found that could, suppress all the jitteriness that I had or whatever, the low attention span. And then that's something that I turned into, and it spiraled out of control, and now we're here.
Yeah, it's interesting because obviously everyone has different school experiences, and you take different paths and you tap into different areas like you've just mentioned there. And we'll get into it later on in the conversation about how you tap into certain areas, with your sport that you do now every day.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to know, you said, PE wasn't even really a strong suit for you, and you kind of sounded a little bit mischievous at school.
Yeah.
How do you then go from that to now a professional boxer? How did you even get into boxing?
I was trying to fight again. I was trying to find where my energy could go. Yeah. Obviously, me being British and whatever, being born in England, football is a big thing for us. It's iconic, yeah? So I was thinking, football, I have to be good at football. I had 2 left feet. It didn't make any sense. And if you see how I box in the ring, you'd think, oh, your footwork is good.
Yeah, I've seen your footwork. It's good.
I couldn't translate it. It didn't really make any sense. So I was never good at football. Not being a young boy, a teen even, and you're not good at football when all your friends are good and they're playing for Sunday teams or whatever else, and you're not fitting in that demographic. Didn't make any sense. And then I tried basketball. I was too small, too skinny. I think I was about 5'6" up until about 15, and I shot up. Yeah, I hit the gym at the same time.
What are you now?
Me, I'm 6'2" now. 6'2" with a bit of muscles as well.
You could probably play basketball now.
I definitely can play basketball now. I can do anything I want to do now. Back then, I thought, and I used to put a lot of pressure on myself as well. I never thought I was good at anything because I wasn't at the time. When the things that you look at other people are good at and you're not good at it, it's not going to give you confidence as a kid or as a teen. So yeah, I was just trying to find something. And then my friend mentioned one time, like I play games. I like playing games. So we was on Xbox and we was talking. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to this boxing session. I was like, where right? He said, oh, in Bilbro. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, can I come? He's like, yeah, come. I'll meet you there at 11 on a Saturday. So that's just a keep fit class.
Yeah.
And then I went there and he wasn't even there. So I've turned up thinking that, oh yeah, I'm gonna go there with my friend and we're gonna have some fun.
And he stitched you up.
And he stood me up. I couldn't believe it. And then my mom dropped me off and she went. So it's not like I could say, oh mom, my friend's not here, let me go. I have to do the session. So that means I also had to interact with new people there, random people there as well. That's when it started and I trained. And I think training, it was so hard. The training was so vigorous. And me speaking of it now, it probably wasn't as hard as I think, but at the time it was.
Because you'd never done it.
Yeah, it was hell for me because I've never done it.
Yeah.
To the point that I've gone outside, I could hear my heart beat in my ears and I felt like I was trying to wrench, I was trying to vomit. But there was something in all of that, in the confusion of this is a hard and I don't like it. I actually did like it as well. It's like you put in work to get yourself to this stage.
Yeah. And
I think that was like a spark of, I don't know what it is about this, but I like it.
Like a sense of achievement once you've done it?
At the time, I didn't even think, because I know I'm not going to get fit in a day. Yeah. So I knew that what I just done, I know I need to keep repeating that to get any better. Yeah. Because I'm speaking to other people, they're saying they've been here for years and whatever else. And I'm looking at them like they're amazing. Like they're all Floyd Mayweather. Like they're all Mike Tyson. Because I'm looking at them, they can throw 1-2s and good shots. And I can't do that. I've got 2 left feet as well in boxing at the time. I don't have to throw a shot, I've got no technique. And then, it just kind of stuck with me. I said, Mom. I went back home, my mom picked me up or whatever. She said, how was boxing? Like, it's all right, but my friend wasn't there. But I do want to go again. And then that's how it just started becoming a thing. Every Saturday I used to go every Saturday. Then, I started going into different classes. And then, literally, started working my way up slowly but surely.
Yeah, you got the book for it.
I liked it. I was like, this boxing's decent. Out of everything I've done, all the sports I've done, boxing is good. At this stage, it wasn't a passion, it wasn't a love. It's just something that I could get better at. And then I was taking it from there.
So you've probably got your mate to thank for pushing you in and standing you up.
100%. Every time I see him, his name's Corey Mario. Every time I speak to him, I say, it was because of you. Yeah. You'd probably here. If it wasn't you who told me, oh yeah, come to boxing, and you didn't come. If you came, could have been a whole different thing, because I probably wouldn't have focused, because I'm with my friend, right? So I probably would have messed about or whatever, carried that same energy that I had from school into boxing. Yeah. But I didn't. So it's kind of like God gave me the go ahead, like, try this for yourself this time, instead of trying to, do it for your friends or do it to be a clown or a class clown and get attention. You go do it yourself. And I thought that was like the making of me.
Yeah. Funny how things work. And from when you first went into the boxing gym and you'd never been in a boxing gym, your mate had stood you up. Now you're a professional boxer. How long did it take you to then actually say, I want to go from boxing training to actually fighting and having your first bout?
To be fair, it's a funny transition, because going back to what I was saying about me training every Saturday, I got moved up into, so my friend, take it back. My friend actually came in to the session now. So now my friend's training with me and now I'm enjoying it a bit more. Yeah. But then I'm also being able to like kind of flex on him, like, look, I'm better than you because I've been going before you, right? Yeah. So I'm starting to get the bug of it now, and now I'm getting a bit more competition because I want to be better than my friend. But I also want to be better than the guys around, but at the time I know I couldn't. Yeah. So, but I started making friends within the Saturday Keep Fit class. So I made friends with a guy called Luke, and we both got moved up into the higher class. But my original friend, didn't. Right. So I got moved into the class where it's called carded boxers. So that means that you're registered on the amateur boxing circuit and you fight. You can have fights. Right. You've had fights. You fought maybe once or twice or whatever else, or sometimes even 10, 20 fights. And now I'm training with these guys. Now we're introducing sparring. I only knew about hitting bags and, running around the field and doing press-ups or whatever else.
It's very different when they hit you back.
It's completely different when they hit you full stop. It wasn't even hit you back. I was so nervous. I didn't even want to hit them, but they definitely wanted to hit me. So they're putting it on me and I'm having a hard time, man. I'm having a hard time coming back. I'm getting beat up and I'm saying, because in my head at this time, I'm not even making the decision to be or become a boxer. Yeah. I'm just here to train. Yeah. But my coach, Ray, you saw my coach now. He's seen something in me clearly. But there's something that I didn't see in myself at the time, because I was thinking, what am I doing here? I'm getting hurt. I'm going to these sessions and I'm coming out demoralized. I've got no confidence. I'm getting beat up by these guys. I don't know none of them. They all formed their friend group over there, and I'm like the random guy coming into a class. You know, it's like at work. You're working, and then someone comes into the office who's new. Everyone's gonna be looking like, who's this guy? Yeah. And that's how it kind of was. And with boxing, there's a lot of ego and pride as well. So most of them are trying to make a statement like, I'm the man here, understand? So after a while, I think I was 15, and I stopped boxing. Oh, wow. I said, I can't, physically, I don't like doing this anymore. I'm not enjoying it anymore. It's too hard for me at the time. So I actually quit. And then I started going to the gym because I wanted to do something, but it's boxing. I just knew I didn't want to get hit at the time. Yeah. So that's when I went gym. And that's when I hit, I think, puberty. I hit that time. And then coupled in with me going to the gym with my friends, I was enjoying it, but then I was like the biggest out of my friends. And then I just started to enjoy that side of things. But then I got to a stage where, all right, now I'm a young man. So I returned when I was 19. So that's 4 years out of boxing to go to the gym. So that's 4 years in the gym. Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? Let me go back to boxing, because
you're a bit bigger now.
I was a bit bigger. A bit
more aggression.
Exactly.
Probably.
Yeah. I've got a bit more testosterone in me anyway. So I was like, you know what? Now it's like, I don't want to say let me go settle this score, but in my head I was like, I need to.
And it got personal for you.
Yeah. I need to prove to myself that I can do what I think I can do, and that's essentially just beat up the guys who are beating me up. That was my objective. So I went through them. I went back to the boxing gym. Took me a while to do it. Yeah. And then I ticked off what I said that I was gonna do. I wanted to go in there, get better at boxing, and beat up the guys or even just give them a good contest than I did before. Yeah. And that's exactly what I did. And
like a personal challenge.
Really. It's a personal challenge that I needed to get and to overcome. Yeah. Just fear, because it's fear. Boxing is a lot of fear around it as well. Getting hit, it's not nice. Yeah. People fear for it. And if you do fear getting hit in your face, you're smart. Yeah. But I just had to overcome that in my own way. So when I came back, I started putting in the work, started training, and I also have that competitive side enhanced from gym. I was going gym with my 4 friends.
Yeah. Now I could lift the most and stuff like that.
Exactly. I want to be the strongest in the gym. So now I want to be the best boxer in the gym. Yeah. And I kind of translated over quite quick. And then that's what happened. I ended up doing what I needed to do in the ring, and I think my coach was like, do you know what? I remember you when you were small and skinny, and now you come back with, obviously you're tall and you got muscles, and you look like you're half dedicated to it. Yeah, you probably can do something. He signed me up, and I had my first fight at 19. Wow,
it's
crazy,
amazing. Yeah, it's just crazy how it works. And I want to touch upon the perception of boxers that people have. I think a lot of people think that maybe boxers aren't the brightest, aren't very articulate, maybe not that nice because they spend their career punching people in the face. That's just some of the perceptions that people have. But I just want to touch upon, actually, we only met a month ago, something like that. Yeah. And I was blown away by actually how friendly you were, and we met just in a Jamaican food shop. Yeah. And we just started having conversation. I'd just finished a fitness class. I'd actually previously watched you on TV. I think your last probably 2 or 3 fights I'd watched. Yeah. And I was kind of like, who is this guy from Nottingham? But I'd never seen you, never engaged with you. And it really struck me how actually well-spoken you were and how friendly you were to just a random guy that had just sparked up conversation with you in that shop. Do you get a lot of judgments from people? And, do they, how they see you? Are you very different to how you think people see you?
You know what? I think that nowadays, the age that we live in, we can show a lot of our personality through, I guess, social media. Yeah. So whereas, you may not see 100% of me, you may see a bit, glimpses of, how I box, first of all, what type of boxer I am, and maybe, even thanks to things like this, the podcast and whatever else, you may get glimpses of how I am. But in general, boxers get stereotyped a lot, and I get why as well, because you imagine you have to kind of flip the switch in terms of you being at who you are outside of the ring, and then you being who you need to be inside the ring, and that's a balance a lot of people can't really manage. And I'm not saying I'm sitting here saying that I have managed it myself. I'm far from psycho, but if you ever see what goes in my mind for me to want to do what I need to do and go as hard as I do at this sport, you have to have a lot of things that's in your mind, and that will also go over a lot of, I guess, I don't want to call anyone average, but just a normal person, you know, doing their day to day would never really understand the boxer's mindset or life. So how can you articulate that to them? How can you speak to them? You know, sometimes you may think you're so far gone. It's like speaking to Mike Tyson. You speak to Mike Tyson, but you also be a bit wary about what you say, right? Because you know his persona. Because of how his life.
He can just
switch. How he can switch. But then that also is why he was world champion at the youngest age ever. That's why he was so great at what he does, because he didn't care to differentiate what he needed to be outside of the ring to inside of the ring. So that's why he came across maybe a bit abrupt, brazen to certain people, rude, disrespectful. And that's what we this are connotations that we have. But with me, boxing's taught me a lot, man. Like it's crazy how boxing has made me articulate. Boxing's made me intelligent. Because when I was in school, since I didn't focus academically, it made me realize that there's other ways to communicate. It's not always just about, oh yeah, I'm intelligent. You can be, there's a difference between being smart and being book smart. Right? And boxing has gave me the confidence to be able to find myself. And then I've also now I can confirm and reinforce myself and be confident that I am intelligent. Because I get punched in the head for a living. Hopefully I'm not trying to do it too many times because I'm trying to get better. But that on its own comes with a lot of things as well. You know, it can affect your physical health, your mental health, whatever it may be. So I like to flip the script on what a typical boxer is. I'm far from a typical boxer anyway. But if I want to speak, I also want to speak on their behalf as well, because it's a very hard game. And I feel like it's harder outside of the ring than it is. It's easy to fight. It sounds mad, but it's easy to fight. But outside of the ring is the hardest part of it all. I
think with all the media obligations and stuff like that you have, and you know, I've watched your interviews online on YouTube, and you come across really, really well. And you know, not every boxer does on interviews. Sometimes they talk, and you think, oh, there's nothing behind the eyes. But no, you come across really well. But I was wary when I was writing the questions, because you are a professional boxer. You've got 7 wins, 5 KOs. So I thought, I've got to be careful what I ask. But just to the mentality of being super nice outside of the ring, you know, articulate and coming across really well, to then flicking that switch and stepping in the ring. At what point when you're fighting do you have to flip the switch and say, no games anymore, I'm changing my mentality?
I'll be honest, the switch gets flicked way before I step in the ring. You know, it's just when I wake up, it's when I go to bed, it's when I have the time alone. These are the things that sounds like I'm battling demons or something, but it's just, these are the things that you have to have in your head all the time. I look at myself in the mirror and I say to myself, I'm the best. I wake up, my coach, he's a brilliant mentor, Angel. He also instills this in our mind as well, because it's not always about physically, how physical you are. Everyone can go to the gym. You go to the gym. I go to the gym. I train you. You can also train as well. But what's going to give you that edge against another man, especially when you're in that ring and it's just you and him, it's your mental. It's belief. And that comes from how your mental state. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in what you're doing? Are you confident in what you're doing? And that, there's a lot of people deal with it in so many different ways. You know, life is different. No one can do it the same way. But with me, what I've known that helps me is the confidence I have, and I can portray it in a certain way. But I also believe in what I say. So when you was going back to what you're saying, when boxers speak on the mic, and you know, sometimes they don't know, they sound like they don't know what they're saying. But you know, if you believe in yourself and you believe, you believe in where you want to go, like the passion in me burns heavy. So I could speak about boxing for years on end. Right now, I could speak to how I go to sleep. Because it's not a job for me. It's like, this is the only thing I can think of. It's the only thing I want to do. So when you have that passion burning, it's not a chore to wake up and go for a run. It's not a chore to train hard and your body's bad and you got to do it the next day. And it's just something that
you're obsessed.
You're obsessed with. You have to be obsessed. And I'm obsessed with it, man. I go home, I watch boxing. I can't enjoy a boxing match anymore. I can't go sit down and watch a fight. I'm watching their footwork. I'm watching how they feint. I'm watching their technique, how they move, what they say. What's
the learning experience?
It's learning. Because That's the only, and that's another thing. I'm grateful to have the trait of to be able to be an open book and learn. Because boxing is full of egos, and when you have a high ego, it means that you don't want to hear anything from anyone. You're the best, you're the man, and you just can't learn.
Yeah.
But that's the only way we're gonna get better in life. Full stop is learning.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm about to have some humility myself. I've had encounters in the ring, outside the ring, that's made me be aware that if I want to become world champion, I have to be able to take everything with a pinch of salt. You can't get eaten alive by criticism. You need critiques to be able to give you the attention anyway. So yeah, a lot of things, man. It's much deeper than just boxing. Honestly, it's a lot of psychological processes that you have to go through. And again, I'm happy I'm able to speak it because I'm about to kind of go through my own journey in what I want to do or what impact I want to make in boxing. It's not just I just don't want to be a world champion. I want to be a world champion, the people's champion. I want to be a community champion. I want to help everyone do what I can do in this life, make a change. So it's not just about being a world champion. You got Bivol. You probably don't know too much about it, right? But you know he's a world champion. You got Bert.
I know he's tough.
Yeah, you know he's tough. He can fight, right? You got these champions that you don't know nothing about.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they don't do great things, because they probably do, but we just don't know nothing about it. But I want it to be a thing where it's known and widespread that I've done greater things in boxing and great things outside of it as well. So I need all these things. I need to be able to articulate it. And so for people like yourself as well to understand boxing in a different light as well, I think it helps.
Yeah, I think someone that's probably done it quite well, he's had his demons and everything, is Tyson Fury. You know, he's released the documentary, and I was saying to you the other week when we were speaking, my mum's a massive fan of Tyson Fury now, you know. She's obviously not an avid boxing fan and she doesn't watch every fight, but now all of a sudden she loves Tyson Fury. She's a big fan, and I think that's probably what you're talking about, from the things that you're doing away from the sport as well, and the positive impact that you want to have and that you're having. You're going to gain fans and traction from that as well in other areas.
Of course. It's good. The Tyson Fury documentary is good. It was even good for people like ourselves as well, because sometimes we get looked at probably like robots. Yeah. But, you know, we go in the ring, we fight, where it's brutal or whatever else, but people forget that we're also human and we have a life as well. You know, we deal with the same things you do. We may just deal with it a bit better, sometimes even worse, you know. But again, with the status of being a boxer, a professional boxer, even an amateur boxer at a high level, you know, when you're in the public eye or in the public light, you've also got the pressure of also trying to be like uncrackable. You know, I like that. Nothing affects me, nothing phases me, but really and truly, we are all and the same. We still have emotions. We all bleed the same color. So that's why it's good to shed light on it. And I was happy to see Tyson Fury documentary, because I'll be honest, me personally, as a boxing fan, he's a good boxer and he's come from a lot, so you've got to respect it. But how I don't look at him like the champion I aspire to be. Obviously he's a champion in his own right? But I respect him heavily, but how he's had to deal with the things he's dealt with, and he's come back and he's bounced back. So this goes to show that no matter where you are in life, you can also switch it and change it just on your mindset. That's exactly it.
Another one is probably AJ, Anthony Joshua. You know, he's had his critics as well.
Of course.
And he's I recently watched an interview that he did with Link3.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it was good, and it, you know, it showed a little bit about him outside of the ring, going back home, and what he gives back to the community and things like that as well. So I'm really, really interested. I'm a big fan of sport in general, but especially boxing. Talking about community and giving back, you're obviously now a Link3 Recruitment ambassador and looking to go into schools in the local community and give back in that way as well. You recently did go back to your old school as well, Arnold Hill. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience and how you felt going back and what exactly you did to give back to the young people?
Yeah, man. Shout out my mom, man. She's seen that from early. She said it to me, and I did it. It was crazy, man. It's like a full circle moment, you know, to be able to be in one place and I guess not be the best you could be at that time, to come back years later, like many, many years later, and come back as someone you're proud to be. Like, I'm proud of who I am right now. So me going in there and being able to help the kids, or even just give them just a glimmer of, it doesn't matter where you come from, what you do. Like, if you just have the mindset of what you want to do, you can do it. It doesn't matter, because I'm sitting around speaking to these kids, and I know for a fact, and there was always such beautiful kids as well, like how they're bubbly, energetic, and they was focused as well.
Yeah.
You put me in a boxing class when I was a kid, I'm not focusing. I'm probably trying to fight my friend or something, you know. So for them to really be enticed by me coming is a great moment for me anyway. It's a great feeling, but being able to give back to them and just see where they could be as well. Yeah. So they have more ammunition than me, because I kind of had nothing. But these are smart kids. They're all smart, doing stuff. Some of them, I think I met one of the kids was like looking to be on the Olympic team in gymnastics or something. Amazing. So yeah, if you listen to shout out, you keep doing your thing. Yeah. So it's like they were already on a cusp of wanting to do certain things, and they already driving for it anyway. Yeah. What I could be is like this light. I just said, you know what, just do it, because I was telling them I wasn't the best behaved in school. I was just like you guys, but worse. Yeah. But now I'll be able to change my life to what I wanted to change it to. Yeah. So whereas where I had no confidence in myself, I thought I was bad at everything. No one gave me the time of day. Yeah. That also plays a part on I guess your mental side as well. Yeah. So approaching any other task or anything that you're gonna do, I always thought I was gonna be bad at it. I didn't want to do things because I thought I don't want the feeling of being the fear of being bad at another thing. It's not good. Yeah. So to be able to turn that now, and now I could do anything now, and I feel like I'm gonna be good at it because I know what boxing has taught me. Yeah. As a man in life, and with discipline, dedication, I know I can be good at anything. If I want to be an astronaut, trust me, I can be. Yeah. So it was good to come back to Arnold Hill. It could be any other school, and I'd love to go to any other school as well and just help and give back. To go to Arnold Hill School, my school, it's a special feeling. It's a special feeling, man. And I share that with my friend as well, Devontae. He's my right hand man. He's always there. Yeah. And man, we hosted a session, and it was a good session, man. And hopefully there's many more to come as well. Yeah. We've definitely got plans to take you into other schools, have a positive impact on young people across the whole city. I think one thing that's really, really good is we live in a world of social media, which is so important to promote fighters like yourself, but also you've got kids that are on social media a lot of the time, and actually they're reading into everything, and sometimes you've got things that look perfect when it's not necessarily the situation. Of course. So to have someone real come in from their city, went to their school, and actually say in their own words, this was my experience and this is where I am now, I think that's so powerful. 100%. So sometimes it's just you need like authenticity just to be able to say, I am that person that you see, I don't know, you can see Jay-Z and, so many other factors. He's not like me, but he is like me at the same time. But if someone's from the same school, he went to the same school as me, he's from the same city as me, he speaks the same way as I do. Why can't that be me? Why can't I do that as well? So it's just like, that's probably like the light that I probably needed at the time as well. But, like you said, the social media, you see all these things that's too perfect. And you try to, and I'm not saying that you can't strive for something that is close to perfect, but also understand that there's also the real life and the realistic approach to certain things as well, and there's ups and downs and everything. The people that we see and they look like they're perfect and that, they've got their own things going on, and they've been through their own things as well to get to that stage. Yeah. So for me to tell the kids that, like, I'm not gonna hold back. I don't lie. Full stop. So I have to let them know. Yeah. What you're going into is going to be hard. The real situation. It's going to be hard, but you will be rewarded if you keep at it. Yeah. So if we relate it back to boxing and what might look like a perfect KO that you've delivered, right? So like your last fight, last second KO, I think it was, right? Yeah. And I saw that combination at the end and you going for it. Those look like perfect punches to me watching. But what you're saying is your day-to-day life of your grind and your graft and your hard work to be able to go in and deliver that in the last second of a fight is very, very hard, that journey getting there. So can you just tell us, what does your everyday look like and what does your training look like on a day-to-day basis? My everyday, man, is hard. Trust me, it's hard. And that's why I have to reiterate that the fighting part of things, me going in the ring and fighting is the time to enjoy it. I enjoy that part because it's the easiest part out of everything. Do you feel nervous? Of course. Yeah. Well, everyone has their different type of nerves. Some people be nervous that, can I do this? Some people doubt themselves. Some people think, why am I doing this? I've heard some boxers say that they want to turn around, and when they go and walking down to the ring, they want to turn back out, and there's a lot of different nerves. I can speak for myself. My nerves comes down to I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. And with boxing again, since I'm a realistic person. So I know that with boxing, you can split second. Switch off for a split second. You can be switched off. You can get knocked out. I've seen greats do the same thing, same mistake.
Yeah.
So I can be naive and, arrogant in I'm going to beat this guy up and he ain't going to touch me. He is going to touch me. And it doesn't matter. All it takes is 9 pounds of pressure to get knocked out. So you could be doing everything amazing and you can get caught with a shot.
You don't see it come in and...
Exactly. Yeah. But then do you put a lot of energy into that? You put a lot of energy into that thought that, I could get knocked out. Then that's what starts creating the doubt. That's what's creating the fear. That's what's creating you worrying about getting that. And then you go in the ring and you're not doing what you're meant to do. Yeah. But with me, since I'm so passionate about it, I know the risks and I know the rewards. And I think about the reward. I think about what I can do. I never think about what my opponent can do to me.
Yeah.
I think about what I can do to them.
And from a mental side of things, you just really described there the law of attraction and manifestation.
Yeah.
Are you fully into all of that sort of stuff? And how do you visualize things? And you mentioned earlier on in the conversation about looking in the mirror at yourself, and you actually do that stuff
100% all the time. I look in the mirror. Speak to myself. I'm mad. I speak to myself because you have to, man. You have to believe it. Sometimes the power of the word, when you speak, it's very powerful, man. The power of the tongue, very, very powerful. Even if it's a negative thing you're saying or positive, I don't say anything negative. I don't think I've said anything negative in so long. I'm God-fearing as well, so that also helps. So I'm very careful what I say, my approach to certain things. But when it comes to affirmations, you need to be able to believe in yourself. Yeah. Everyone has different ways to do it, but I visualize me going in the ring and doing what I do best all the time. So many different scenarios. So when I'll visualize it so much, it starts becoming the fruition in front of me. And then I go on the bikes. Yeah. I hit the bikes the way I want to hit my opponent in the ring. I'll go in sparring. I'll do the exact same thing. I'll visualize how neat and sharp and how I want to look, how fast I want to move.
I saw your story yesterday.
Yeah. So, that's in the mirror, right? So I'm doing it because I want to go through the motions of how I want to be in the ring. I don't want to be Ezra Taylor in the ring. I want to be a champ. I want to fight like a champion. I want to have a flawless performance. So, to me, the only way I'm going to be able to do that is visualize it. So then when I go in that ring, I've already been there. Yeah. I've been there many times in my mind. It's not unfamiliar. I've been here. I know what this guy's going to do. I know what I'm going to do. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do if I get hurt. Sometimes I visualize myself getting put down. Yeah. I visualize myself getting put down, how I'm going to get up, how I'm going to bounce back. So that's the realistic approach to certain things. What I do anyway. With boxing, obviously, is hard. But that's how I visualize my fights. I don't visualize it like it's going one way. Yeah. I visualize me being in a battle, in a dark place. I'm meant to get up off the dark place because you've taken yourself there mentally. So if you take yourself somewhere mentally, your physical is just automatically going to do it. It's already clicked inside you.
And do you think that people can take that technique, if you want to call it that, into their everyday life and into their normal office job, 9 to 5 life of visualizing how they want their day to go and visualizing how they want to be perceived by everyone else around them? And, me, myself, I'm very much like that, and I'll visualize things. And I think 9 times out of 10, when you visualize something and you want it so bad, it happens.
It happens.
And I think that's just not in sport, but in everyday life, right?
In general, just in general. And I don't think I've come across anyone who's wanted something so much and it hasn't came to them. Everyone, it's the proof's in the pudding. If you go through the greats in anything, sports, business, whatever it may be, they've all had a vision. Started with nothing and stuck to it so much that it's became a reality. Yeah. So for us to not follow that code, it doesn't make any sense. But now I'm actually seeing the actual repercussions, the good repercussions is coming with. So yeah, I feel like you can apply it. I was an account manager before I was a boxer. So during my time, I'll go to the gym or whatever it was. I was a sales account manager. And I used to go to the office every day, work like 9 to 5, 10 to 6 or whatever else. Yeah. And I used to visualize me becoming a world champion. So I'm sitting there off doing what I do, but then I'm also visualizing where I want to be and what I want to do. And then there'll be times where I'll be getting disgruntled because this isn't helping me get to where I want to be, but I need the money.
Yeah.
So then but I'm visualizing I want to be a world champion. I want to live this type of life. I want my family to live this type of life. I want my friends to live this type of life.
Yeah.
The only way I'm going to be able to do that is to make it happen. I'm making it happen. At the time, I was an account manager for an IT company, and I'm good at talking.
Yeah.
I'm good at selling. I'm selling as well. You know, talking the talk. So I could have made a career out of that. I could have been making decent money as well. But that wasn't my passion.
Yeah.
So I could have gone a different way and settled. And that's something that I could never do. I could never settle.
That must have been a big step to then go from, you know, working life and having a steady income to making the jump to going to be a professional boxer. Because my assumption is that you probably weren't making the money that you were in your full-time job, at least not to start with.
Yeah. I was in debt, man. I'll be honest. I was in debt for a very long time. And the only thing that was getting me through is the vision that I had in my head.
Yeah.
You know, everyone has a hard time starting off, right? If you're like you build it from the ground up. It was hard. I bet it was hard for you at the start. Very difficult, right? So, but now you're here. But that's how I had to kind of push myself through, because I was like, I haven't got this far to just get this far. I had to keep going.
That's a Kim Kardashian quote. I've seen her say
is it Kim? Oh my life. I do big up Kim for that. That's a great. I like that one anyway. But yeah, it's true. Like that on its own was like the driving factor, because I'm thinking, yo, my back's really against the wall, and I've voluntarily done that. It's easier to go with the easy option and, you know, go get a steady job and get paid every month, because you know you're getting paid every month, right?
Yeah.
When you know that you're not getting paid every month and you don't know where your money's coming from, you're trying to I'm relying on my family, I'm relying on friends, I'm trying to scrimp and scrape just because I've got this passion. And I'm trying to say to my mom, I'm sitting her down, and I'm trying to say, Mom, I promise you, like, because she's probably stressing for me, I got no money. And I'm at this time, I'm what, 19, 20, 21, 22, getting older, that you want to see your child find their feet. I'm not finding my feet because I'm trying to box. No one in my family has ever boxed. She doesn't know anyone that's ever boxed. She's not, but she knows Muhammad Ali and etc. So now you're looking, are you going to be as big as Muhammad Ali? That's the question people are asking me, even when I'm at work. I'm telling people, I want to be a boxer. They're like, okay, but they're thinking that being a boxer is me going to the gym after work. And I really want to be a boxer. I quit at probably about 7 jobs. As soon as they started giving me shifts that didn't accommodate to my training schedule, which is at 6 p.m. As a boxer, I just quit there and then. Well, I'm quitting, and they're saying, where are you going to get your money from? How are you going to live? I said, I don't even know.
I'll figure it out.
I'm going to figure it out. And I figured it out because I'm here. I didn't die. I'm here, but I'm here. And I'm finally starting to reap the rewards. I haven't reaped the rewards yet. But I'm finally starting to. But the reward is not what I want.
It's getting closer.
It's getting closer. Becoming a world champion is my reward. That is it. So I just had to have that conviction and believe in myself when I was at hard times. That what I'm doing this for a reason. And this is going to give me strength. And that's why now I can sit here and speak confidently that I believe in myself, because I've been through hard times. I've been through hard times outside of the ring. I've been in hard times and hurt inside of the ring. And I'm still here doing this. So in my head, it's like, that's my calling. I've got nothing else to pursue in that sense. So yeah, man, that it depends. It's like how your life forms, the hardships and whatever else. It's just what type of mindset you have, because, you know, things get hard, people can quit. And I don't blame people for quitting. It's not even just boxing, it's in general. In life, things get hard. You can break up a relationship, you don't know what to do. You can lose your job. We went through COVID, the maddest time of the world. You got hard for people, can't leave their houses, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, how do you get through that? You have to have your coping mechanism. My coping mechanism is my passion. So anything was getting me through.
Love it. Look, and one thing I really love and that I take from it is everything starts with a thought. And I think that can go either way, whether it's a positive thought or a negative thought. Your thoughts are going to control where you're going to end up, you know. At some point, you had a thought that I want to be a professional boxer. You know, you're thinking now every day, I want to be world champion. And without that thought, it's not going to happen. So I think that's super, super important, and takes me on to my next point of starting with the thought. Someone somewhere out there on YouTube, probably Jake Paul, had a thought of boxing professionally. And now, and I want to know your thoughts on this, there's a load of YouTube boxers. Now, this is a thing, YouTube boxing, right? They had a thought that they want to be boxers and they can be boxers. And now they're getting paid a fortune for boxing. And first of all, what is your thoughts on that whole scene?
My thoughts on it, They can be subjective, but you know what? Overall,
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Eyes for the sport.
I think it's good because it's got eyes of the sport. It brings a different type of audience. They're reaching out to the younger demographic, you know, who probably would never watch me fight. But if they're watching Jake Paul fight, then that could couple up with, oh, do you know what? Now I like boxing.
Yeah.
No one ever watched boxing before, but now you're seeing these guys and they're making millions. Even other people are getting into boxing now just because of it. You know, so we actually funded the economy with it, to be honest. And I feel like it's good and I respect it because you've had a thought and you made it live. Now before, you give it like 20 years ago, you would never think that what a YouTuber fighting an ex-legend, you know what I'm saying? Fighting someone like Roy Jones or something. I'm hearing like talks of Tommy Fury fighting Roy Jones.
Yeah,
it's crazy what you can do now. But
yeah,
if we're gonna take anything from it, we're taking that you can do anything in the world. You know what I'm saying? KSI was kind of like the first to kind of change the bravery. I think he was a gamer, turned into a YouTuber or whatever else.
Yeah,
musician. Yeah, he started rapping with Stormzy and that. So the stuff like that is just like there's no limit to what you can do. Back in the day, that my parents and you know, their parents, they didn't have the option we had nowadays. You know, the opportunities either. So they don't get it. They would never. They sorry. Hopefully they do get it, but most of the time they probably will never get that. Oh yeah, I can make millions of pounds with my phone.
Yeah.
You could never even like quantify it, but now you can. And same with boxing, you know, they make it. Tommy Fury, for instance, he's a light heavyweight. I'm a light heavyweight as well, to put it into perspective. And he was with Frank Warren as well, but he's not now because he was with Frank Warren. And at some point at that time, we were speaking of let me fight Tommy Fury.
Yeah.
I wanted to fight Tommy Fury just because.
You get into my next question, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm jumping the gun. Yeah, no, I wanted to fight him, but then I seen the realm he was in. I was like, that doesn't align with what I'm trying to do. And a lot of people have asked me, and I don't know if you're probably gonna ask the next question, like, would you fight? Would you do something like that? I put my hands up and I say I wouldn't, man. Yeah, I wouldn't, because again, passion is different to being motivated by money. You know, I could do anything I can do anything to get money. Yeah, but you can't do everything to become a world champion. So a lot of people have asked me that, and I had to think about it. You know, fighting for 10 million, that's amazing. But I don't want to fight for 10 million because I've worked my way up to earn that right.
It's hard to turn down.
It's very hard to turn down. I'll turn it down and I'll kick myself a lot of the times. But I just know that I'm being real to myself. I'm being real to the 19-year-old Ezra who wanted to start off and become a world champion. You know, I don't want to get strayed along the way. But to answer your question though, the YouTube boxers, I think it's decent. It can be a bit silly, but overall, it's thumbs up.
Definitely brought more eyes to the sport. You know, my fiance saying to me not long ago, "Are we watching Tommy Fury on Saturday night? He's fighting KSI." Yeah, and I'm like, "That's crazy." She's asking me to watch boxing on a Saturday night. It's crazy, and I'm kind of thinking, I'm a boxing fan. I really enjoy watching good boxing. I'm sitting down watching this, thinking, should I be watching this as a fan, you know? But it is bringing eyes. So,
true.
Yeah, my questions that I did have, one, you've already answered. You know, would you do it? My first question leading up to that was going to be, what would happen if you did fight Jake Paul or Tommy Fury? What's the outcome of that?
Oh, I have to laugh at that question. I'm smoking them, man. I'm smoking them. But I do respect Jake Paul because he came from nothing and he's actually got a decent boxing generalship. I feel like I've seen him putting in work. I've seen him when he was awful and he's gotten better. That's progress, man, and I can't knock anyone for it. If you made progression in whatever you want to do, then I put my thumb out to it. But you don't have any wrong or any reason of being in the ring with someone like myself. But that's why they're over there and that's why I'm over here, right?
Yeah. So on that point, have you got an opponent in mind for your next fight? Who do you want to fight next?
We're looking at going for the English title. Hopefully, fingers crossed. There's a guy called Ricky Samuels, and again, I respect him because he's the English champion, right? But I just feel like it's my time now, man. This is a big year for me coming up. I've been putting in the work, like I've just been saying to you. I made mad improvements. I think I made the most improvements in the last 5 months than I have in 5 years. Wow. So I'm in the right place. I'm doing the right thing. I have the right mindset. Yeah. So all of these things work hand in hand, you know. So why not take the step up? My last fight was a step up. The fight before that was a step up. I'm 7 fights each time. Yeah, that's it. You want to keep stepping, right? You want to keep climbing the ladder. And that's I don't want to stagnate. especially when I'm working so hard. If I wasn't working so hard and I didn't believe in myself, I would take it slower. But since I'm not, then why not? And then the sky's the limit for me, you know?
Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about the people that surround you? Because I think that's important as well. Like, yes, you have to step into the ring on your own. And once you're in there, it's you on your own. You've got your corner and everything.
Of course.
But you surely need a solid team around you. And I know that you're training at Link3 University right now, and you're sparring quite a lot with some well-known people.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, of course, man. So I train at Loughborough now. And I'm mixing it with the likes of Fraser Clark. He's a bronze Olympic medalist. Richard Riatford, he's on the cusp of fighting for the world title.
You're sparring these
I'm
guys.
sparring these guys, man. Yeah, man, we're training level every day, but we're working and we're pushing each other.
Yeah.
And you have a good ethos, and that's also coming from my coach, Angel Fernandez. He's a great coach, but I wouldn't call him a coach. Like, again, he's a bit of you can have a coach, you can have a trainer, and you can have a mentor, right? And it's not about just training yourself physically. It's about training yourself mentally as well, being able to do the things and believe in it. Because somebody can tell you to do something, but do you believe in what they say? But then it has to be like a full circle with it all. You gotta have the confidence in your coach, and then go and do the things. And what we're doing, I'm seeing results. So, and results don't lie, you know, results do not lie. So when I'm seeing results, I'm saying, okay, I'm in the right place, I'm doing the right thing. And it's hard, man. It's harder than it's ever been. And I think it's going to get harder as well. But my mental side of things, I'm ready for whatever anyway. So when we're doing, I'm not going to give away all the gems that we're doing, but when we're in the ring for a very long time, doing things that's not the usual, it's your mind that's pushing you through it, right?
Yeah.
So when I go in that ring, when I fight, I've been there, and I've been further than this. I've been deeper than this. I've been in deeper waters than where I could ever even be, because I've been putting in the work.
So it's not new to you.
It's not new to me, yeah. So what we're doing now, and I think it's great, because I see myself as like a blank canvas as well. I've been doing the maximum with the bare minimum for a while, and that's no disrespect for anyone that I've worked with before. It's just I've been trying to find my feet. My coach Ray as well. He's still there with me.
Yeah.
And I go train with him as well at the same time. Like, I'll go train with him. He's always with me. Or my friend, like I mentioned earlier, Devontae, he's my right hand man. He started off boxing with me, and he's still there. And even in Loughborough, he's an assistant coach now.
Okay.
And he trains the kids as well. So he's there learning. We're all learning in different aspects as well. Yeah. But I've been everywhere, man. I've been to LA to train with Freddie Roach. I've been to Dubai to train with the Cubans. And that's just because I wanna learn. Like I said, I'm a blank canvas, so I'll pick up stuff from here, pick up stuff from there.
So you did a couple of posts, I think, about the Cubans and your footwork.
Yeah,
and that really, really improved your footwork. Probably from, I don't know, their dancing or whatever they do. But,
they just say, because in Cuba they're very big on salsa.
Yeah,
and just the rhythm in general. So when they're boxing, if you're a boxing fan, you know that if you're fighting a Cuban, you know that they're going to have rhythm. They're going to throw the 1-2, bounce back, and they look like they're dancing.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what they was teaching me. And I like dancing, I like music, I like rhythm. So when I'm doing it, it's resonating with me. I'm saying, this is it. Yeah. But then, again, things happened. I took bits from that. I was a better boxer. Then I had a fight. And you could see slowly, in my last probably 3 or 4 fights, differences in my improvement.
Yeah.
And then now I find myself training with Angel, in Loughborough with all my guys, and it's just a good energy we have there, man. A good ethos. We train to KO. That's what we're doing. So that's why. And again, it's down to manifestation as well. You believe it. Before, I probably didn't believe that. You asked me that maybe a week in a fight. Oh yeah, what's gonna happen in a fight? I'll say, oh yeah, I'm looking to win. You know, I'm looking to win. If I get the KO, it's amazing, great. But if I don't, it's a completely different mindset. What we're training for is what we're going to do, is what we're going to execute. Yeah. And that requires hard work and a lot of sacrifice.
So are you swinging for it in these sparring sessions? Are you going for it?
We're going at it, man. We're really taking ourselves to deep places. We're really going at it, because for me to bring out the best in my training, my stable, my guy, whoever's in front of me, because I want the best for them as well. If you're part of my team, I want the best for you, and they want the best for me. So the only way I can do that is bring my best for you to handle that, and vice versa as well. So we're really putting in work, man. And it's not boxing, you can't hold back, because you can't go in the ring and say to them, all right, cool, let's just hold back, right?
Yeah.
And that guy's going at you. You say, oh, that's cool. I've been here before. I've weathered this storm.
You know how to deal with it.
It's fire. So now I'm confident in myself. Yeah. But at some point, I probably wasn't. So, you know, if you do get hit or you get hurt, how are you going to deal with it? But as long if I'm not saying you get hurt every day, but if you're dealing with tough situations every day, you're just going to get tougher, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's also helping as well. Never mind everything else we're doing with the S&C. Like I said, since I've got my mind right and I'm very disciplined.
Yeah.
I'm eating right, I'm recovering right, and it's not just training for a fight. You got to do this as a lifestyle. So right now, my fight's in February, right? And Christmas is approaching. I know I'm seeing a lot of boxers, you know, taking it easy and chilling and whatever, and I get it. I understand. A lot of people have fights and, you know, they want to relax. It's Christmas time. I don't see it as that. I can relax in 5 years' time.
Yeah.
When I've done what I needed to.
Now
do.
it's time to work.
Right now it's time to work. And again, for instance, I was gonna go to Dubai tomorrow. Actually, I was gonna go to Dubai tomorrow to spend time with my brother. I just said nah, because if I'm in a place right now and I'm getting the results I want, I'm working hard and I'm getting what I want, why would I go and disrupt that for temporary pleasure? It's gonna be I'm gonna go to Dubai for 4 or 5 days and relax or whatever, you know, enjoy myself. But that's not the time for that, you know. It's
Use the momentum.
Yeah, right now I'm using the momentum, and the momentum is better than me just fighting. I'm actually learning on the job.
Yeah.
So I in my head I couldn't even switch off. I probably could go to the Bahamas, but my head wouldn't be in the Bahamas. My head would be in Loughborough.
Yeah,
I would want to be back there.
Yeah.
So there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah, and it sounds like you're regularly being comfortable, being uncomfortable.
Exactly.
If that makes sense.
All the time. And that's what I've got I've got a whiteboard at home, and I write on it every week. I write something different, and I said, do the things that make you uncomfortable. That's the only way you're gonna be great. That's it. I don't need to make anything that rhymes or something crazy. That's a mad quote, but that resonates with me because that is it. Anytime that I've been uncomfortable is the only time that's made me better. When I'm comfortable, I don't get better. If I go in the ring and I spar, I don't know, 10 people and I bash them all up or whatever, you know, I do well.
Yeah.
What about that?
Yeah.
But when you go in the ring and you spar 10 people and you've had to deal with hard, tough situations, you've learned something there. Yeah. So I'm happy to do so as well, you know. And when your body's aching, you think that your legs can't go anymore. They can. Yeah. If you tell yourself you can. Yeah. And that's the stage I like to get myself to a dark place, you know. Yeah. I do things like cold showers, and even right now, cold showers are colder than ever because
it's freezing.
It's freezing, so the pipes are cold as well. But again, that's not because I need to recover. I'm doing it for my mental fortune because something I don't want to do. But if discipline is doing stuff that you don't want to do, you do it like you love it. Mike Tyson said that, and that's something that I aim for as well. So if I feel a bit of pain in me, embrace it, man, because it's something that I don't like, right? But embrace it that you like it. So then think about what can ever affect you. If you have that mindset all the time, there's nothing that can affect you.
Nothing can break you.
At all.
I think I know the answer to this next one, but how do you stay motivated? Because you must have days where you get up, you're sore, you just don't feel like it today. You know, how do you then overcome that barrier and stay motivated or get yourself back motivated? Because we all lose motivation.
Of course, yeah, it's natural too as well, man. There's times where, you know, everyone has bad days, to have a bad week, bad month, or even a year. But it's how long you want to stay in that. Yeah. Since I don't have any negative thoughts in my head, it's all positivity. So when I do feel bad, I know I'm feeling bad for a reason, right? It may be I need some rest. It may be I need to work harder to make myself feel better. That's how I see it as. So with me, my motivation is I just want to be better each day, and there's only one way to do that. In my head, if somebody comes with a new formula on how to get better each day without having to put myself through hell, then I may look at that and, you know, see what happens over there. But until then, all I know is hard work will get me to where I want to be. I like feeling that I've put in the work. I've worked hard today, which I have. Even today, as I speak to you right now, I've worked hard today. I know I have. And tomorrow, I'm going to work hard. Lot, hopefully. The next day, I'm going to work harder because it makes me feel better. And it makes me know that I'm stepping close to my goal. Yeah. Anything that sidetracks me, I don't know, if somebody invites you to a party or something and I go to the party, I can't really enjoy it. But this is not helping me to get to where I need to get to. Yeah. So, and again, it's great for me to say this now, and it helps right this moment. But when I get to become a world champion, I start getting scared of what's next. If that makes sense? Yeah. Because you don't really think of that. Yeah. You have to kind of enjoy the process, because me becoming world champion is the enjoyable moments are these hard times as well. Yeah. When I get it,
that's your goal, right?
That's my goal. So I can't fathom anything more than that.
It's like Fury. He got there and then he spiraled
out
out
of control. What can I do now? I don't know what to do. Like even
yeah.
the documentary says, I don't know what to do. His wife was saying that he doesn't know what to do other than boxing. And again, that is kind of a scary thought. I don't have fear of anything.
Yeah.
Well, the fear is, what do I do after this? But that's why I also want to make big impacts and change along the way.
Yeah.
So now I know that I can, I can do other things, and I still have, I'll feel passion here, feel passion there. My passion is also helping people.
Yeah.
But my passion is becoming a world champion first.
Yeah.
So with that, I can also make him work out, But yeah, me, you just gotta be better each day. I want to have Trey being better each day.
Yeah.
To keep pushing you forward.
And I've, with my fitness stuff that I do and the classes that I run, we do a lot of boxing on the pads and stuff, but we've got all levels of people that come. So people that have not necessarily done any type of fitness before, people that are pretty fit, and then everything in between, men, women, different ages, different sizes. One thing that I'm really passionate about is getting people boxing, not at a high level, just very basic, on the pads, to improve your fitness.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that people see is they see gloves, they see pads, and they get a bit intimidated,
Yeah.
And it can be scary. Like I've been into boxing gyms, and it's a bit daunting, especially if it's your first time or whatever.
100%.
But I do think that it's important to get people boxing, whether no matter what level it is, man, woman, whatever age, it's good for your fitness, if nothing else.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to people that maybe are a little bit intimidated and see boxing as intimidation rather than all the benefits you can get from it physically and mentally?
It's a hard one because you won't know until you actually do it. But you have to take that first step forward in anything that could be, scary or, intimidating. I feel like the boxing at any level is very rewarding. It's very giving. And me personally, I feel like it's necessary for people just to do it. You let out a lot of anger. You let out a lot of anger. But you also learn discipline. You also learn how to put through things when they get hard as well.
Yeah.
But I'd say go in there and just think of it as just a sport. Like that is, it's not. It can be a daunting place if you make it. But if you attach these negative thoughts to something, you're already deterring yourself.
It starts with a thought.
It starts with a thought. So if you go in there and think, oh, this is going to be hard, and a lot of people do, right? I speak to people who go to the gym or, maybe do a spin class, and it's going to be hard, right? So that could also deter you, but you still do it.
Yeah.
Why do you do it if it's hard?
Yeah.
Because you get the reward out of it at the end. And the same with boxing. Boxing is hard. Like, let's not play any games. No matter what level it is, keep fit, professional, whatever it may be, it's hard.
Yeah.
But it's very rewarding. So take that first step forward, and no one's forcing you to do it. So if you don't want to do it, then you don't need to. But
at least give it a go.
That's it, because you never know if you don't try it. And that's one thing, like with inexperience as well, in everything in life.
Yeah.
Try it out. Like I have an open mind to trying out most things now, because the things that I thought I wouldn't like or didn't like, I enjoy it, So
you wouldn't have known if you didn't try it.
And I wouldn't know, because so then it'll be lingering in the back of my mind. And I'm one of those people, like I'm very curious. So it's like, oh, what if I did do this? And but again, that goes back to me and my dream. I would hate to, like, one thing that I know for a fact that could eat me up is regret. So I try to live my life with not having any regret. I try to work as hard as I can to know that, I could have worked a bit harder, because if I fight for the world title, and I don't even like to say it, but if I lost because I didn't put in 110%, that would eat me up for the rest of my life.
I guess you know in the back of your mind whether you've gone the distance in your training, so when it gets to the last round in that type of fight, even if you're lying to yourself and you're saying, I've trained hard, deep down you know,
and that's one thing that I will sit with you. It's not going to sit with your friend. It's not going to sit with your partner.
It's in your head.
It's going to be in your head, and those are the things that, again, since I see the power of the mind, such a big thing, such a powerful object. It can also be a very detrimental one as well if you start letting different type of thoughts. And again, regret is something that can eat you alive, and that's what also gives me motivation. Actually, I have no regrets. I can turn around right now in my life and say I have no regrets, because if I did, then I wouldn't be where I am right now.
Wow.
So everything I've done, clearly I've done it in a good way because I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm happy with where I am and where I'm going to be and where it's going to put me as well.
Yeah. It's a great message. And we're getting towards the end now. I just want to ask before we go into just 10 quick fire questions.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just tell me a timeline of your next, I don't know, 3 to 5 years? When are you going to become champion? How do you visualize that? Tell me.
I visualize me becoming champion, a world champion that is, in 3 years' time. At the max. And I'm not talking about your name. 5 years. I've defended it a few times, and I'm looking at what I want to do now. I'm done with the mandatory stuff.
Yeah.
And then now I want to see what I can do. But that's me, man. And then, you know, hopefully I can just sail off, you know, into the sunset. But right now, I'm so focused on the day by day. It's hard to see the future as such because it's such a far away destination. But right now, I'm on course. That's all I can say. I'm definitely on course.
Well, genuinely, I can't wait to see it. Looking forward to that.
Appreciate it.
Right, I've just got to finish with 10 quick fire questions.
Cool.
If that's okay.
Yeah,
So,
no problem, man.
let's start. First one, morning person or night owl?
Morning person.
Morning person.
Mm-hmm.
Up and at 'em.
I got to wake up and just get it cracking straight away.
Nice. Favorite boxing movie of all time?
Ooh. Creed.
Which one?
Number
First
one.
one.
Yeah. That one kind of stayed with me, man. It resonated. I looked at Creed as me. So I think that's probably why I keep it close to my heart.
Yeah, great film. Third one, one word to describe your boxing style.
Entertaining. I'll definitely say entertaining. I had that for sure.
Yeah, that's it. Tune into the entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite pre-fight meal or snack?
Pasta. Some type of pasta dish. Pasta and garlic bread. Tomato pasta. Penne arrabbiata.
Yeah,
to
that's
be
the one.
precise. Yeah, that right there.
If you weren't a boxer, what career do you think you would be in today?
I'd be in sales.
Still with the sales.
I'd be in sales just because I know that whatever I put in, I'd get a commission-based sales as well. I'll probably be selling houses or something.
Yeah.
Because you have to put in the work and then you get the reward yourself. It'll be something solo, something that I can reap the reward myself. Nothing to do with anyone else. Yeah,
cool. Your go-to, I've got two here actually.
Mm-hmm.
Your go-to workout song and walkout song.
Oh, they're both the same to be fair. DMX and it's going give it to you. Both of them. Like when they come on, it's go time. It's game time. Yeah.
You know, with your walkout song, is that something that you could choose that changes every fight, or do you keep it the same for every fight?
I can change it every fight, but I'm not gonna change it. That is it.
That's your song.
Yeah, X gonna give it to you, but then slowly people are gonna say Ez gonna give it to you.
Okay, I see where you're going with that.
Working with it.
Nice. Okay. What's your most memorable boxing moment so far for yourself?
Ooh, that's a good question. I guess going to LA and training with Freddie Roach. That was kind of training with Freddie Roach, but also getting the acknowledgement from Freddie Roach. That was crazy. I wasn't just there to train. Like he's really put me under his wing. Like he really seen the potential in me as well.
Yeah.
So I didn't go. I just went over there to train and spar and just do whatever else. But he really took me in because he's seen my potential, and that there gave me a lot of just gratitude, man. To be able to go to LA full stop to do something that I love was amazing. To be with someone like Freddie Roach as a Hall of Famer coach, and him working with potential, well, not only potential, a future world champion. It's crazy. It's crazy. So that was amazing, man. That was probably one of the biggest moments of my life.
Did you have some of the other pros in the gym then as well? Man.
Javante Davis was there as well. I seen Javante Davis was the biggest name that was there, and there's other boxers as well, upcoming as well that was there. And it was just good for me to be there, but I wasn't just there. I was part of it. I really was, and that was the separation on why it was the best time.
And sounds incredible. Hey, I like this one. If you could have a dream boxing match with any historical boxer, who would it be?
Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's why I used to... Roy Jones Jr. and Andre Ward. They were my idols growing up. But when I got into boxing when I was 19, I started actually paying attention to it. So, and Roy Jones, because he's flashy, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like I can do everything what Roy Jones does and more. So that would be amazing. I wouldn't fight him now. He's too old.
Yeah.
But I'd love to I know to have a fight, 12-round fight with Roy Jones.
And I've read that actually before on the website. Yeah. So
if you look at my style, probably not now, I've probably changed a bit, but Andre Ward for the technicality side of things, and then Roy Jones with the flair.
yeah,
That's kind that was me. And then but now I'm just forming my own style now as well. But yeah, Roy Jones, man.
Great.
Love to bang him up.
Great. What's one piece of advice that you wish someone had given you at the start of your boxing journey?
It's gonna get hard, man. It's gonna be real hard, like harder than you can ever imagine. But just keep it in your heart, like, and just keep on the road of being led by your passion.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, money gets in the way of things, and other things get in the way. Life gets in the way of things. But if you keep onto the passion, that's all you need. That's the key.
Yeah,
and that's something that's something that I've had to figure out the hard way. But I'm happy I did anyway.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, look, they're all my questions. I've really, really enjoyed this one, especially because I'm a big boxing fan. I previously watched on TV, and I think anyone listening to it just knows that there's big things to come. So thanks so much, and wish you all the best.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.